2011. The internet was a different place back then. Most people had never heard of the dark web. Tor browser was something only a handful of people knew about. And somewhere in the quiet corners of obscure forums, a name had started spreading. Slowly, like smoke under a door. The Red Room? Some said it was live stream, some said it was a chat room, some said no one had ever found the link, and some said the ones who did find it were never able to talk about it again. This is the story of a boy named Ethan, 19 years old, first-year student at a university in Manchester. Small room in student housing, 3 flatmates who were always asleep by midnight. And Ethan was always awake long after that. The internet was his oldest companion, and fear was something he had never really felt. That was his biggest mistake. It was a night in late October, cold outside, the kind of cold that makes British streets look like ghost towns after 11. The radiator in his room made that clicking sound it always made. His flatmates were asleep. Ethan was alone at his desk scrolling through a forum thread where someone was sharing their dark web experience. The title of the post was, "I found the Red Room link and I wish I never had Ethan stopped." He opened the post. The username of the person who wrote it was Watcher099. He wrote, "I am not writing this to scare anyone. I am writing this because if I do not, then someone else will make the same mistake I made. 3 weeks ago, I came across a link. Nobody sent it to me. It was just sitting in a random thread. I clicked it. What I saw inside, I cannot write here. But I will say this much. The room was real and the people inside it knew I was watching. There were 847 replies beneath the post. Ethan started reading through them. Most people were calling it fake, saying it was clickbait, saying it was all made up. But one reply was different from all the others. Right at the bottom, the username was null and all it said was, "Watcher is telling the truth, but he left one thing out. You do not find the room finds you, and you sitting there reading this right now. You have already been found." Ethan checked the timestamp on that comment. 2 minutes ago. He scrolled back up. Watcher099 had posted 3 weeks ago, but Null had commented 2 minutes ago. Ethan sat very still. He told himself it was fine. Someone was trolling. Someone was trying to be clever. He clicked on Null's profile. The page would not load. He refreshed. Still nothing. He went back to the thread. The thread was still there, but Null's comment was gone. Ethan did not sleep well that night. The next morning, he told his flatmate Josh about it. Over breakfast, Josh laughed and told him he spent way too much time online. Ethan laughed too, but that line stayed in his head all day. The room finds you. That evening, he downloaded Tor browser. He told himself he was just going to look. Just going to see if any of it was real. He was a rational person. He knew the dark web had dangerous corners, but he was not going to get involved. He was just going to look. That is what they all say, every single day, every single time. Tor browser opened. Ethan searched for any reference to a Red Room link. No direct address existed in the post from Watcher099. But in a separate thread on a different forum, he found someone who had pasted a long string of letters and numbers ending in .onion. Ethan copied the address, pasted it into the browser, hit enter, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. The page was completely black. Then slowly, a single line of white text appeared in the middle of the screen. "How long have you been watching?" Ethan told himself. It was generic, that every visitor got the same message, that it was a scripted greeting designed to mess with people. He scrolled down. There was nothing else on the page, just that one line. He scrolled back up. The line had changed. It now read 22 minutes. Ethan slammed the laptop shut. He sat in the dark for a moment, just breathing. Then he turned his desk lamp on, got up, got a glass of water, looked out the window at the empty street below. A fox was crossing the road. Normal world, he told himself. The page had tracked his browser session. Simple JavaScript, nothing mysterious about it. He went back to his desk and he made the mistake that changed everything. He opened his phone and went back to the original forum. Nool had a post on their profile now. Posted tonight, posted 20 minutes ago. It said, Ethan, closing the laptop does not help. His name, his actual name, not his username, not his email. His name. Ethan stood up so fast his chair rolled back and hit the wall. His heart was going so fast he could feel it in his throat. He tried to think logically. Someone had tracked him. His IP address had led them to his university network. Student records existed. Names could be found, but his name was nowhere on that forum. He had never used his real name, not once. His account name was something completely unrelated. There was no connection between his online profile and his real identity. So how? He stood in his room at 2 in the morning in Manchester, asking himself how. He did not find an answer. The next 3 days were quiet. No messages, no notifications. He checked Nool's profile and the post was gone. The profile was blank, like it had never existed. Ethan started convincing himself it had been an elaborate prank. Someone who knew him personally, someone playing a long game just to frighten him. On the 4th day, an email arrived. Unknown sender, no subject line. The body of the email had one sentence. You knocked on the door, we heard you. And below that sentence was a link. Ethan did not click that link. He deleted the email, blocked the address, uninstalled Tor, never went back to that forum again. He is fine. He is still fine today. But he told one person about it before he closed that chapter completely. And that person eventually told me. And the thing Ethan said that I cannot stop thinking about was this. He said the scariest part was not that they knew his name. The scariest part was the moment he went to delete that email, because for just 1 second, his finger hovered over the link instead of the delete button. For just 1 second, he thought about what was on the other side, and in that 1 second, he said it felt like something on the other side smiled. Whether red rooms actually exist on the dark web is something researchers and cybersecurity experts still debate. The technical consensus is that live streaming of that quality over Tor is extremely difficult. Most people in the field call it an urban legend, a story the internet keeps telling itself. Maybe they are right, but here is what is not up for debate. There are parts of the internet that watch you while you browse, that track your curiosity, that record every click and build a picture of who you are and what you are looking for. And sometimes when you go looking for something dark enough for long enough, something looks back. That email is still sitting in Ethan's deleted folder. The link still works. And somewhere on a server that no one can trace a cursor still blinking, waiting for the next person who gets just curious enough. Someone exactly like you. Close your browser right now, but before you do, just search your own name one time and see how many places you have already been found.